Hi everyone. I wanted to jump on and talk about decision making in the sales process because this has come up quite a few times recently. For me, when I have actually been making decisions about investing in my business and also for sales conversations that have happened. So I thought this would be super helpful. So I was going to cover off things like when people say I need to go and check cash flow, timing, and feeling comfortable. So the first thing is um, cash flow. When clients say, "Oh, I just need to go and check the money that's in my bank," if they're a business owner, they will know before they've come to a call how much money is in their bank, whether they can afford this or not. It is very, very unlikely that you are having sales conversations with people who cannot afford it. They can't get access to more money, they can't raise funds, and this isn't important enough for them. And if that is happening, before anything, book a consultation call with me because there is something that we need to tweak in the way that you are marketing and drawing those people in because that's not what we want. But imagine people come on a sales conversation, they're interested, they're curious, they want to know how you can help them, they are prepared to pay money for this, but they give you the cash flow. Like rationale, I can't move forward, or I just need to wait for invoices to drop in before I can say yes to this. That's a really common one. And I actually used to use that as well. I actually used to feel very uncomfortable to say yes to something when there was not, like, I wanted to see that money in my bank before I moved it on. Now, you might say, well, that sounds like a logical solution, Helen. It does. But in doing that, it also creates a lack, as in a thought there that I'm not going to say yes because I don't believe that the money will land, or I have to see it landing to believe that that is true. And when we do that, when we're in that lack mentality, we're very closed off. And so, what we will be saying no to, i.e., for example, working with myself, you are delaying yourself from making more money. Does that sound like something that you're happy with? And most people, when I explain it like that, they're like, no, it just feels very uncomfortable. I'm like, of course it does. And that brings me on to the second point. You are never going to feel comfort personally and your clients when you are investing in something that is a big push financially, emotionally, physically. If you're kind of pushing yourself, which we want people to do, it just comfort isn't conducive with that because you have to push yourself out of comfort. And the first step is making the investment, making the decision. And that's exactly why we use the sales conversation as the vessel to explore that discomfort. 95% of us run away from it. And actually, we're doing ourselves a disservice because we're leaving a lot of opportunity on the table and we're not helping our clients who came to that conversation to be helped. So we misunderstand that the discomfort, and your clients will do this as well, means something like I feel uncomfortable, therefore I shouldn't do it. It's not the right time. There's too much going on over here. I can't possibly do that. So, one of your jobs is to show them how that might be an error in their thinking. For example, you can have all this going on and still do this and spend an hour a week together, and it'd be the best hour because you get very clear, very focused, all that kind of churn, that overthinking, all the calls that you have. In my case, the sales calls that my clients are having when they end in no, when it's very unfulfilling. Imagine that starts dissipating very quickly when we start working together. So an hour out of the week, and I know when you're time poor, sometimes it can feel like I just can't do it. But I promise you, you will get more time back, more mental energy. There's an error in thinking sometimes it has to be more. What if it was just a change in how you thought about something during the week and it exponentially changed how you have your sales conversations and you won more business? That would be a good return on investment in terms of time. But our brain is risk adverse. In that moment, especially, it's heightened in a sales conversation. Oh, I can't possibly take on any more. We're going to be overloaded. Just say no. And what pops out is something like, I don't know, it's the right time. There's lots going on for us. It's too busy over here. I've got all this going on over here. I can't possibly take anything else on. And then we will just agree with it because we feel overwhelmed quite often in our lives and go, yeah, no, that sounds cool. Yeah, no, I get it. Okay, no problem. Well, you let me know when's a good time. And we all go off and nobody gets helped. So we just agree with it. When actually, what makes you think you've not got time for this now? What's going on? Because we want to check if there's an error in thinking, which often there is because our brain is running the show. I don't want to say yes until those invoices pay because I believe my clients might not pay me. Why would we think that? I don't think that's what you think. I think you're just a bit scared. So it's just having a little explore of what is underneath being said. But what I want to point to today is when you think of your own experience, when you say things like that, when you make decisions in that way and you take time, yeah, I take a couple of days to think on it too. We will just be more agreeable to the objections that we get. And what we want as sales professionals, this is what takes you elevated to an exceptional sales level, is, and you're able to help your clients more as well, is that you don't agree with it. You just take a deep breath and you get prepared to feel a little uncomfortable while you ask questions that you've never asked before. And you are prepared to explore it with them so they can make a decision and one that they feel really good at, really happy with, and they love their reasons for. That is your only job as a salesperson. It's actually the only job you have to help people make decisions about the offering and check that they're happy with those decisions. So that's it. And so if you're having lots of decisions that end in like, I need to go and check, or cash flow doesn't support this right now, or I don't know, I need to see these invoices land before I can invest in something else. It feels too busy over here. And you're going, yeah, no, I buy into that. We are doing everybody a disservice. You are not creating the opportunities and maximizing them. So you're losing money and the ability to do what the client has come to you for, to help them to be impactful, which is not very fulfilling. So what I want you to do instead is a couple of things. First thing, deep breath. Ask the bravest question you can ask in that moment. And it might be something like, what do you mean? Can you just explain that? When you say this, can you tell me what's going on? When you say that, what do you mean? What makes you think you don't have time, resource, energy for this right now? Remind me what it was that you wanted out of this when you came, and what made you reach out now? Just remind me of that. What if you wait for those invoices to be paid, and during that time period, instead of just waiting and praying, we work on creating more opportunity? So that's something that you'd like to do. Just ask the bravest question that you can. The second thing is know that it's not going to be comfortable for you either. Again, we can ask the question and it be uncomfortable, or we can just stay uncomfortable and back off. One of those uncomfortable feelings is going to move us forward, and the other is just going to keep us stuck. We're never going to progress and learn and develop and move on. And if you want more sales, it's just a step that we're going to go through. But working with someone like myself, I can help you with that. You're not on your own doing that. And the final thing is, time is not going to help anyone. It doesn't help you. It doesn't help your client. The only thing that gives you a decision is more information. Now, that could be learned information, new information, existing information said in a different way, but it's information, it's intel, it's not time. So if anybody's giving you time and you're like, oh yeah, I'm agreeing with it, you are not helping your clients. And there's no judgment with any of this. I've done this myself. I've said it myself. I've experienced it myself, but it's come up quite a bit recently for clients. And I thought this would be really helpful for everybody watching. So if you're having those sales conversations and they're ending in that, I need to go and check, or I'm not sure, I want invoices to be paid, book a consultation call with me. We'll go through what's happening, why it's coming up, what you can do differently. And the chances are it's just a few tweaks to what you're saying, the conversation skill of that, and your thoughts that we need to be working on. So it's all things that are fixable. So book that a call today and we can start that process of figuring out what's going on for you. You can make more money, go and help more people, and I'll speak to you soon.